Good morning. Good morning, my beautiful friends. Happy awesome Saturday. It is indeed awesome Saturday. This is the Sabbath, and welcome to the awesome Saturday service. I'm Maui Paul. We are here today to explore the more spiritual side of the wake up call, and in doing so, to just really understand what empowers all these I am statements that we say every morning, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Anyways, thanks so much. Good morning for Shauna for being here. Good morning, Lane, for being here. Persephone's here too. We'll see how quiet she is. She's laying behind me. Once again, I took care of all of her needs. So let's see if she decides to be cool about having all of her needs taken care of. Pepper is tired from all of the various different milk making that she's been doing. So she is fast asleep. But anyways, yeah. So today we are talking about the alchemy of belief. And yeah, one of the things that we're going to go through today is we're going to talk about technology, but not technology that you think of when you think about technology. When you think about technology, you probably think about your cell phone. You probably think about high tech stuff. You probably think about AI or the algorithms that are in your hand that are trying to get all of your attention all the time. But that's just the latest technology. The technology that we're here to talk about today is not new. Technology is any tool that extends our power. And so, in the same way that a hammer will extend our hand, or a wheel will extend our foot, a telescope will extend our eye. But the one that we're going to talk about today is language. And language is technology that extends our soul. So long before we held smartphones in our hands, we held stories inside of our heads. And long before we built and used apps, we built beliefs. And we did it one word at a time. So language is one of the most ancient technologies. It's one of it's one of the ones that we've been using the longest. And because it's so old. Good morning, Susan. Because language is such an old technology, oftentimes we don't realize that we're using it, and so consequently we use it unconsciously. But if we're not conscious about how we use language, then we can just as easily build a cage for ourselves than we can build a cathedral. So, are you? What are you doing, my little one? What are you doing? Do you need me to pay attention to you for just a moment? Have you discovered attention is a thing and you need it? Uh-huh. Let's see if you're gonna be quiet for daddy. Otherwise, she's gonna get bounced. Um, but anyways, so today we're gonna talk about a very particular word in the English language and in a lot of different languages. Oh, let me bounce her. You were so quiet before the wake up call, and now. Oh, I know, right? Hold on. I know. I know. Oh my goodness. Well, that explains that. I know exactly why she's unhappy. It just made a sound. Daddy's in the middle of a wake up call and mommy is sleeping, or an awesome Saturday service. Um, all right, we'll see just how much we can do more of this. Okay. All right. You guys get to watch me soothe the baby live on TV. Wonderful. But anyways, so the word that we're going to talk about today is a word that you've heard a lot already in this call, which is okay. Daddy's going to have to go put you in another room if you're not going to behave yourself. I know. It's rough. I know. All right, I got to go put her in a different room, guys. I know. Look how big she's getting. Listen, it's time for you to become. Look, do you want to just be famous? Is that what's going on? There you go. I know, right? Maybe she does want to be on screen. Maybe she. Can you see yourself? Look how happy you look. She's like, I'm not happy about this at all. Yeah, give us a smile. Yeah, give us a smile. You know, Facebook's deleting these live streams after 30 days, which is probably a good thing at this point. All right. Took care of all of her needs right before I did all this. And now she's like, Now she's like, no, 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 there's another need. Uh, oh yeah, I know, Susan. Now Pepper's been taking her around. The Awesome Saturday service has absolutely been co-opted by the smallest member of my household. Oh well, it's okay. This is, oh yeah. All right, I'm gonna take you elsewhere. All right, guys. The wake or the Awesome Saturday service is going to be delayed for just a moment as we go somewhere else. You go down here. I love you a lot, and also, Daddy has things to do. I love her a lot, but also oh yeah. All right. Sorry about that, but hey, hashtag parent life, right? Anyways, thanks everybody for watching me take care of a kid. It's the Awesome Saturday Service / Maui Paul's Parenting Skills Show. Uh, but anyway, the word that we're going to talk about today is the word is. And is contains 2 letters and a tremendous amount of power. And so when we say that something is, we are writing it into our reality. So the story goes all the way back to Genesis. So God doesn't snap God's fingers in order to create. God doesn't throw lightning in order to create. God speaks, and God says, "Let there be light," and there was light. Well, one of the words that "let" is synonymous with is the word "is." And since we're talking about the word "is," you're probably noticing that it's everywhere in the English language. It's all over the place. Uh, Many of my sentences contain the word "is." And so the first act of creation was a line of spoken code, and we are made in that image. So when we say that something like, oh well, my partner is always late, or he is a mess, then we are ascribing that to a reality. We are creating that reality. We are choosing to perceive that, and we are choosing, what it is that we are focused on. And so we're not just describing something. We are casting a spell with our words. And our words are like seeds. And so the word is plants them, and is not rips them out before they even have a chance to grow. So we talk about the word is. Let's talk about the words is not. Is not is an architecture of limitation. So it seems really harmless when we say something is or is not. I mean, it's logical, it's precise. Oh, this is how it is. This is not how it is. When we say is not, most of our are nots or is not statements are just fear that's wearing a costume. When we say I'm not ready, not realistic, this is not my calling, we have to ask ourselves, are these really true things, or are these just anxieties with good marketing? Because I find that oftentimes when I really examine my are not or is not sentences, it's really just a way for me to vocalize my anxieties without admitting to myself that I'm anxious. So here's the truth. Most is not statements, they build invisible fences around what we think that we're capable of. And so when we say is not, then we are limiting ourselves. So oftentimes all of our is not statements are actually something that is when we are defining, or when something doesn't fit our past experiences. But we are not our past experiences. We are our potential. So instead of saying, I'm not creative, or this is not a creative thing, how about we say, I'm still exploring how I express creativity? Instead of saying, this is not possible, why don't we say, I haven't seen it yet, doesn't mean it can't be done. It's a shift, and it's a shift from certainty to curiosity. And this is a shift that so many adults, so many adults kind of give up as a kid, or so many things that adults give up from being a child. I look at Persephone, and she's so curious about everything. She doesn't have any preconceptions because she did most of the stuff that she's experiencing. It's the very first time she's ever experienced it. So she doesn't have certainty about anything. She doesn't even have object permanence. But the difference between certainty and curiosity is the difference between stagnation and transformation. So when we are certain about how things are, well, we're not going to do anything to transform them. We're not going to do anything to change because this is the way that it is. As they say, it is how it is, or it is what it is. But imagine that our beliefs are like the apps running on our phone. And when we say the word is, it installs a new one. And when we say is not, it uninstalls anything that's unfamiliar to us. So let's stop hitting delete button on our destiny, and let's recognize that our shift from certainty to curiosity is going to be good for us. And so, since we're talking about the word is, let's talk about the personal form of is, which is am. I've spoken about am at length on the Awesome Saturday service, but now we're going to look at it a slightly different way. The phrase I am is the holiest code in all language, because when Moses asked God, who shall I say sent me, God doesn't give Moses a name. God says, I am that I am. God doesn't say I was or I might be. God doesn't say this is or this is not. God says I am. So I am is not just an identity. It's a form of technology, and again, an ancient technology. Am is a way of being. And when we say am, we echo the divine. That's why careless I am statements are dangerous. When people say, I am a failure, or I am stuck, or I suck, or I am stupid, or I am not enough, I'm sure that you hear these words. You might even hear them inside of your head sometimes, because I sure do. But we're not just describing our state, we're programming our state with these words. And so instead of saying these things, let's say better things. In fact, we say them every morning on the wake-up call. We pull a card and we say we are this, we are that. And in the process of doing that, we say things like I am becoming. We say I am speaking my world into being. And so I think it's very important for us to understand the difference between I am or I feel. When we say I am, then we're describing a state. We're describing ourselves. We are intentionally limiting our identity. But so instead of saying I am failing, why don't we just say I feel like a failure? Feeling is a temporary state. Why don't we, instead of saying I am stuck, no, I am not stuck. I am the opposite of stuck. But sometimes I feel stuck. Sometimes I feel like I'm not enough. Sometimes I feel like things aren't working out properly. But I am not these things. So let's just make sure that as we speak, that we're speaking like builders. And one way that we can do this is we can track our is and is not statements. Whenever we say something is or something is not, we can always just have a little flag go up in our brain and be like, wait a minute, I just used these magic words. What did I use them to describe? And then when we notice these things, why don't we rewrite one of the limiting is not statements into a curious what if statement? So instead of saying, oh, this job that I'm doing is not very fun, why don't we say, what would it take for this to be fun? Or what if I'm better at it than I thought I was? So why don't we do this in our own lives? And of course, as always, on the wake-up call every morning, we use intentional I am statements. We speak them out loud. And these I am statements are statements that are designed to stretch us. And also, if I'm doing my job right, to be believable so that they work. So let's make sure that we speak what we want to live in, and realize and remember that technology is not just in our pocket. Technology is in our mouth, it's in our mind, it's in the ancient language of creation that we carry into every conversation, including the conversations that we have with ourselves. So let's only speak what we're willing to live in, because every is a door to our future, and every is not is either a door, is either some discernment, or it's a door that we've slammed on our future. So let's choose these things with care and be in the business of the isness. My beautiful friends, I want to say thank you so much for coming to the Awesome Saturday service, and for bearing with me as I attempted to calm down a Persephone who decided that she was like definitely needed to be paid attention to. I want to say thanks so much for being here. Good morning to Lane and to Shauna for being here. Happy Passover, Susan. I was just talking with Pepper about Jewish holidays, and explaining to her about how Passover is one of the most important ones. Let's see here. Uh, uh, see who else is around. Yeah, I understand, Susan. You definitely do need another week or so to make sure that you are nice and healthy for her. But I'm sure she would absolutely love to meet you. You got great energy. Um, but anyway, I will talk to you guys. I will talk to you guys on Monday at 9 a.m. We'll be back with another wake up call. Until then, I love you. I care about you. I appreciate you. I think that you are amazing, and I will talk to you on Monday at 9 a.m. Until then, this is your up to the moment reminder that you are awesome. So let's recognize your inherent value and worth. And I'll talk to y'all on Monday at 9. Until then, aloha from paradise.